Is a comprehensive peace proposal realistically attainable amid these pressures, in your own opinion?
The last proposal introduced by President Trump, I think it will be realistic and it will be succeeded because Zelensky, Ukraine, and Europe also gave up some of their conditions, which was not acceptable at all for Russia. Now they are
That's
talking
basically
about
joining NATO. That's basically the main sticking point is Ukraine joining NATO, and that was totally refused by Russia. But then there was another suggestion, Dr. Nurhan, which is that they can join the European Union, but not the NATO, right?
Yes, but I think they also gave up that, and it was a debatable issue within that alliance created by Britain and France, because many countries, including, by the way, Italy and Germany, refused to send troops to Ukraine. So it was a debatable issue, and I think they reiterated last meeting with President Trump. Nobody mentioned that. They mentioned only a guarantee that Ukraine will continue in its armament to defend itself, and it is totally another issue. Yes, Russia wanted Ukraine disarmament and neutral, but I think Russia can accept some of military cooperation if they give up or accept to Russia to keep the land or to keep Crimea. I think that is the deal, and that is acceptable, I think, for Russia.
And how have sabotage actions like the Nord Stream pipeline explosions affected Russian gas revenues and European energy sources?
I mean, the energy, it's a very complicated, it's a market, you know, and I think the United States is the one who complicated the issue. You know, some justification to all what happened, that the United States want to kick Russia out from the European energy market. Why? Because United States was the biggest importer to energy in the whole world. Now it is China. But since 2016, it started to export energy, you know, and it is now, can you imagine, it is the first producer of oil, the fourth exporter for oil, and the first exporter for gas generally, LNG and others. So it is, it became a giant in energy market. And that's why the closest market for the United States, the worthy one with European market, and that's why it tried to kick Russia out before in some deals and some peaceful means, but it couldn't. And many justify what happened actually by trying to kick Russia out from Europe and from European energy market. So it is very complicated, and up to the date, it's a very complicated issue. Plus, can you imagine the profits of energy, the American energy companies at the first year of the war, 2022? Can you imagine it was more than $195 billion profits? But of course, that went to the companies, not to the American citizen.
And how has the closure of nuclear power plants in Germany influenced Europe's energy reliance on Russia?
I mean, Germany traditionally and historically depends mainly on Russian gas. And it long ago stopped all nuclear stations producing energy for reasons related to environment, etc., and the environmental policy of Germany. So I think France also did the same, but on lower scale and limited scale. So they are really in a dilemma in Germany. And I think sooner or later, they will back to the Russian energy. The breakthrough of German economy benefited a lot from Russian gas, and actually it was mainly because of Russian gas, like India now, what we mentioned for India
Yes,
now.
yes.
So I think they will sooner or later will return back cooperation, but not maybe in such government, maybe in the coming government in Germany or in France or so, because those governments cannot retreat it from their stance that easily. But maybe in the future.